No, it is a full grown mango tree. It gives fruits, that is mango. When mangoes are mature, they fall down, and the fruit generally contains the seeds, and seed has the embryo, future embryo. So it grows in the soil and it gives rise to a young plant. So this process giving rise to the young one, this is reproduction. So we'll see reproduction. The definition of reproduction: reproduction means the production, the generation of the plants. Re means dobara, production means to generate. So it is the ability of a living being to give rise to young ones of the similar kind is known as reproduction. So as I have already told you, there is a particular lifespan of the species. So if there is no reproduction, just let's assume there is no reproduction on the world. So as every species has a particular lifespan, so after death it is going to end. So there will be a time period when every species are going to end. So reproduction helps to the continuation of species in nature. Now reproduction are of various types. So the different mode of reproduction are asexual and sexual. Now we'll first see asexual. Asexual is also known as apomixis. Apo means without, mixes means mixing of gametes. Now, asexual reproduction, there is involvement only single parent. Means a single organism is going to give rise to the new ones. And in sexual reproduction, there is involvement of two parents that are of opposite sex. So it's also known as amphimixis. Amphi means both and mixes mean mixing of gametes. So here fusion of genetic material of male and female gamete occurs. Now the asexual type, we'll see about asexual type. Asexual, it includes vegetative propagation. So vegetative propagation means the generation of the new ones through vegetative parts. Now, vegetative parts includes roots, stems, leaves. And in sexual, we generally includes the production of flower. So we have seen the reproduction in plants. Now we'll see the reproduction in lower organisms. Lower organisms includes bacteria, protistas, and many other organisms. So in lower organisms, as they are generally unicellular, containing only one cell, have less complex structure. So they generally give rise to asexual mode of method. So here the young ones occurs through the asexual reproduction. Now we'll see asexual reproduction in lower organisms. First, there are different types of asexual in lower organisms. We'll see about the types and then we'll read one by one in detail. So there are different types like binary fusion, budding, sporulation, fragmentation. So first we'll see binary fusion. Binary fusion occurs in unicellular organisms. So as you can see by the name, binary means two, fission means breakdown. There are two different words. One is fission and one is fusion. Fusion means the formation, mixing. As we have already seen, fusion of gametes. So fusion means the mixing, but fission means the breakdown. So in binary fusion, there is a parent cell that is unicellular generally, and it gives rise to two equal cells. Means it divides and gives rise to two daughter cells. As you can see, this is a parent cell and it gives rise to two different individuals. And now each individual is known as daughter cell and they are capable of independent survival. Another example, this is a bacteria involving the binary fusion. So also binary fusion, the most common example of binary fusion is amoeba. Amoeba, amoeba contains pseudopodia. Pseudopodia are the outpouching of the cytoplasm of amoeba, and amoeba gives rise to the new young ones through this process, binary fusion. So now come to the next one, that is budding. Budding, here what happens, there is a parent cell. Okay, in this there is outpouching of cytoplasmic with its membrane intact. This outpouching is known as bud. So this bud is going to grow on the parent cell, and then when it matures it breaks down and gives it is able to independent survival. So this bud is known as daughter cell. So budding generally occurs in yeast, and here as you can see in the diagram, the bud is very small relative to the parent cell. So here the division is unequal. So buds are produced generally now initial in the initial stage buds is remain attached to the parent, but later it get detached. So it is an example of budding. Yeast, this is parent cell, this is the bud, and then it gets separate. You all know daughter cell. Okay, now introduction to the reproduction we have covered. Reproduction in lower organisms we have covered. So we'll see now in next lecture we will continue.